Hey guys, welcome back to Mental Health Mondays. I'm Dr. Chris Sovey, and in this video we're going to talk about beating depression in the 21st century. I'm going to share with you 6 to 7 things that you can put immediately into action. These are things that I have been focusing on this first quarter of 2018 here as of this filming, and they will apply. These are timeless things that will apply. You probably heard some of these things before on the channel, but I'm going to tell you and explain the things that I've been focusing on and why I've been focusing on those specific things in this beginning quarter of the year here. I did take some notes today. I don't usually take notes, but I do think that some of these concepts need some anchoring and grounding. I will be changing some of the videos too, by the way. I did get a teleprompter and I'm using that in the professional development of a new website. And I'm gonna pause before we go into those 6 to 7 points here. You might look back and be like, where's Chris been? You know, he hasn't posted in probably about 3 months, where I was pretty regular before that. And I do have a good reason for that. I am building my own physical therapy practice. I'm still gonna focus on a lot of the mental health and, you know, helping people with depression and anxiety with our online courses at healthyconsumer.com. But I did, if you wanna check out my new practice, healthyconsumerpt.com. I'm going to be opening my doors here in Lansing, Michigan pretty soon. So anyways, so that's where I've been. I've been focusing on that, and I'm really excited to launch that here pretty soon. Now, in terms of these points of helping your depression and anxiety, I think the main theme here that I've really been focusing on, especially in this day and age, is slowing down and self-acceptance. Now, why, Chris, right? Why? Why are those things important to helping your depression or your anxiety, for that matter? Well, it's pretty simple. Think about all the background noise. I call it noise. So many things. 99% of what the average person, 99% of the things that we encounter in our daily lives are noise, nothing more. They're distractions from our true life purpose. And how do you find out if those things are distraction? Well, you cut out the noise. And how do you know what's noise? Well, you slow down. So, everything that I've been doing, I've been slowing down more intentionally. I've been breathing more. I've been breathing a lot more. I've been spending time in silence, which is challenging if you are coping with depression, right? But after a while, after you get over all the rumination, all the thoughts, the self-talk, the monkey brain where you're just and you anchor back into your breath. It's incredibly calming. And you start to see the agendas and things that people are trying to push into your lives, advertising, marketing, all these different, even just local things in your job might not be relevant to your life purpose. And I will tell you, if you only do one thing, or 2 things, slow down and breathe and make an effort to do that. Show up. Do those things. Don't have necessarily an intention for your meditation. Don't say, I need to meditate so I get these results. I need to meditate so I am calm. No, not at all. Meditate to simply observe your current state. When we slow down and we observe intentionally, then we become grounded, and it becomes a lot easier to see through people's BS. And we can start to focus and hone in on what's important to us. So there's 2 points, spending time in silence and also breathing more. I've also been expanding that a little bit. Maybe you guys have seen my 6 and 3 breathing method for improving digestion. And what I'm getting at here is eating slower. So that's my 3rd point, is eating slower. Why is this important? Time is fleeting, guys. And if we are always focused on the next thing that we have to do tomorrow, next week, next month, we lose all the magic of the current moment. And I can't think of a single person that doesn't want to still feel the magic in life. I can't think of a single person that doesn't want to feel like a kid again. And sometimes the closest thing that we're going to get to that is being in nature and being completely connected to what's going on in front of us right now. So, eating mindfully, slowing down, taking in all the senses of the food, the smell, the feel, the texture, the response of your body even. I've probably tripled the time that it's taken me to eat in the last year, and with good reason. I had a lot of digestive problems. And if you do too, or you're stressed or anxious, breathe more while you eat, chew more, slow down. I guarantee you, you will feel better. I've also made a concentrated effort to get in 20 minutes of aerobic exercise per day. And you might be wondering, Chris, what is the best type of exercise that I can do for depression or anxiety? Well, really what it comes down to is, what do you love doing? There's a great deal of evidence for mindful practices like yoga and Tai Chi. But, for me personally, a good 20 minutes of just really rock it out on the bike or even the treadmill, getting outside if it's nice enough, running, biking, get your heart rate up, get that blood flowing, get that lymph flowing. It's going to really help your depression. I guarantee it. I also think it's worth listening to more classical music. There's been a great deal of studies that have looked at the effects of music on the brain. And there is something about classical music that just really will ground you. Try it for 30 days where you cut out a lot of the vulgar or even high energy music and just listen to some beautiful Mozart or Beethoven or whatever it is that you enjoy in classical music. That might not be for you. Maybe you really don't like classical music at all, but I find that to be incredibly grounding, which brings me to my next point of mindful meditation. We talked a little bit about that when I was mentioning eating, but you can also use mindful meditation not just necessarily with your breath, you can use it with a sound. So my meditations have changed lately where I'm not just exclusively focusing on my breath. Maybe on that meditation, I am being mindful of the sounds in my ears. I could put in some headphones and simply listen to the intricacies and the beauty of all the rise and fall of the melodies and how the different instruments work together. And that is the beautiful part of a symphony. Lastly, and perhaps the most difficult, is forgiving myself often. That's hard, guys. I really struggle with that one. And I don't know about you, but I'm hard on myself. The silver lining is that all these things that I've talked about, that I've really been focusing on, has made that easier to see. That it's okay. It's okay if you don't meet your goal when you set these strict deadlines for yourself and you can't beat yourself up over it. There's nothing wrong with changing a timeline in most cases. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Learn to forgive yourself. Accept yourself for where you're at in this current moment, and you can work towards something in self-improvement like we do on this channel. Every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Hey, what have you been focusing on lately with your mental health, your depression, and your anxiety? Have you found some new things that have worked for you? Which one of these concepts that we talked about today ring true to you and seem like if you could take one out of those 6 or 7 that we talked about there, which one do you think would be most appropriate for you? I'd love to hear about it in the comments section below. So I'm off of this little hiatus now. I should be filming pretty regularly, and I'm excited to be back with you guys, especially as I transition into this next point of my life here in starting my physical therapy business in Lansing, Michigan. So if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit the little bell so you never miss another video again. I post most Monday, Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays, and I'm looking forward to getting back to that. So on Wednesdays, Working Body Wednesdays, where we're talking about posture, functional movement, and hardening your body so it can better handle the demands of daily life. So if you are having pain from sitting, those kind of things, poor posture, be sure to check out Wednesday's series. And I look forward to seeing you guys either Monday or next Wednesday. Have a fantastic day, guys.